We've got breaking news this morning on new unemployment claims from last week. That number is an additional 1.5 million Americans filing new claims for jobless benefits. Now, just to remind you, because we've been covering this, these numbers come out every Thursday morning, so we've been covering it every week. This is not really down from where it was last week or where it was the week before. This is the 14th straight week we've had more than 1 million Americans filing for unemployment in that week. So these numbers are very troubling.
Yeah, so 728,000 actually filed for benefits from the pandemic unemployment insurance. So that just shows you that the total number right now who are collecting state unemployment is 19.5 million, slightly down from the 25 million in early May, which shows you about 5 to 6 million people have gone back to work there.
Right.
But who knows? Because what else are we dealing with? A huge rise in coronavirus crisis.
That's exactly right. So cases are rising, especially in some of the most populated states in the country. We're talking about California, we're talking about Texas, we're talking about Florida, all places that are recording record numbers of new infections and also of hospitalizations. Now, the death toll has gone down, so that part is encouraging. But, we're just starting to reopen with the hope that, okay, we had the worst of this thing behind us. We can move forward. We could start going out again, start going to restaurants again, start going back to work again, start reopening those businesses. And now some states are having second thoughts and businesses having second thoughts and pulling back. I saw Disneyland delaying their reopening in California, understandably so, when you see record rises in cases. So, not good news on that front either, in terms of either just, our health or the ability to reopen and go back to everybody go back to work.
Yeah, I think that's right. And, it goes to show, which is with the reopening, is we're just going to have to see how this shakes out. Because if the cases spike, but the deaths continue around, or they're quite low because it's just young people getting infected, then we have to ask, well, what does that look like? I mean, what type of stay-at-home policy should we have, right? And the other problem is, as we've said, the government has no credibility on lockdowns anymore. There's no credibility because they lied to us about masks, and they didn't give anybody about the economic assistance that they actually need in order to stay home. So people are going to say, screw you. It's been 3.5 months. You haven't given me anything. You're not going to give me anything. So this is what's going to be. I mean, I just think it shows how much of a disaster the whole response has been, up, down, all, sideways, everything, relative to every other country in the world.
That's right.
Their populations didn't rebel and go crazy and start, throwing fireworks everywhere. Because everybody was getting paid, and it's like, and here people are going crazy.
As long as it looks like it's going to last for us. I mean, most of the European countries, they've been on this steady, long decline, whereas we are seeing cases going back up. And it is not just because there's more testing. There is more testing. That's a good thing. But that alone does not explain what is going on here. And on the economic front, look, we've gotten some numbers about just how important what they did do, the $1,200 cash payouts and the $600 plus up, just how critical that was to allowing people to keep it together during that time. These things are about, the $1,200 was a one-time deal. The $600, the unemployment plus up, is going to expire.
And I think in about a month.
Exactly right. A lot of those eviction and foreclosure moratoriums are just about to end. And, there's no end in sight for a lot of people in terms of being able to get their jobs back. We're still 1.5 million new unemployment claims last week. So very disturbing trend and something we will be keeping a close eye on here.
All right, we'll have more Rising for you after this.